Something is happening in our solar system that scientists can't explain, and it has them worried. An interstellar visitor known as 3I-ATLAS is racing past Mars, but this isn't just another frozen space rock drifting by. Around its core, bizarre metallic structures have begun to appear. They're not just reflecting light, they're multiplying, growing at a rate no one thought was possible. And here's the terrifying part. NASA's latest models suggest that if even a handful of these objects break loose, Mars could be in the crosshairs of a catastrophic impact. So the question becomes, is this just a strange cosmic coincidence, or the first glimpse of something far more profound and possibly dangerous arriving from another star? The intruder from the stars. When astronomers first spotted 3I/ATLAS, they knew immediately this wasn't a normal comet. Its path through the solar system wasn't bound to the sun at all. Instead, it was cutting across at hyperbolic speed, proof that it came from beyond our solar system. This makes 3I Atlas only the third confirmed interstellar object ever observed, following Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I Borisov in 2019. But unlike those visitors, Atlas came with something far stranger. Initial telescope readings showed its coma, the glowing atmosphere around its icy body, wasn't dominated by the usual water vapor. Instead, it carried unusually high amounts of carbon dioxide, and when the James Webb Space Telescope turned its gaze toward it, the light scattering off its dust behaved in ways scientists had never seen before. The numbers didn't add up. Its estimated mass was staggering, billions of tons more than anyone expected for an object of its size. Even its brightness fluctuated in irregular bursts, hinting at something hidden beneath the surface. At first, these anomalies were treated as quirks, the kind of oddities that make interstellar objects exciting. But soon, observers noticed something else, something far harder to explain. The metallic myth. It started small. In the earliest high-resolution images of 3I/ATLAS, astronomers noticed faint, flickering shapes clustered near the comet's core. At first, nobody took them seriously. They were dismissed as digital noise, maybe dust particles or just the comet's outgassing playing tricks with the light. But as the hours of observation stacked up, the tricks of the light refused to disappear. Instead, the shapes sharpened, smooth, reflective, and disturbingly geometric. They weren't behaving like natural fragments breaking off a comet. They seemed constructed. Whispers began to spread. Some researchers called them metallic anomalies, clusters of strange reflective bodies moving in formation around the comet's nucleus. At first, there were only a handful. Then, in the space of weeks, their numbers multiplied. From a dozen car-sized glints to several dozen, each swelling to the scale of a small house. The pattern was undeniable. These objects weren't just present, they were growing, rapidly, consistently, and in a way that no known astrophysical process could explain. What made the situation even stranger was their composition. Data hinted at metals, nickel, iron, and traces of rare elements, not the icy dust one expects from a comet. This was no ordinary space debris. That's when speculation crossed a dangerous line. Was this simply an exotic type of interstellar object never seen before? Or the first evidence of something far more organized at work in deep space? The growth paradox and cosmic threat. At first, the numbers didn't make sense. A dozen metallic forms orbiting near the comet's core was unusual, yes, but not impossible. Yet within weeks, that dozen had turned into dozens more. And they weren't just multiplying, they were expanding from the size of a car to the size of a house, to structures stretching hundreds of feet across. By now, telescopes tracking 3I/ATLAS have counted hundreds of these anomalies, each one gleaming, each one impossibly uniform, each one obeying a growth pattern that breaks every rule of known physics. This wasn't random fragmentation. Natural processes are messy. Chaotic jets of gas, shattered shards tumbling unpredictably. What we're seeing is organized, systematic, and exponential. Growth by a factor of 4 in both size and number, repeating over precise intervals. It's not evolution, it's replication. And that's where the danger becomes real, because 3I/ATLAS isn't just drifting harmlessly through empty space. Its path takes it directly past Mars. And if even a fraction of these metallic bodies were to shear away from the comet, their momentum would turn them into devastating projectiles. One impact the size of a bus could blanket Mars in a cloud of dust, darkening the skies for years. A swarm of them? That could cripple rovers, suffocate solar-powered missions, and transform the planet's thin atmosphere into something even more hostile than it already is. The unsettling truth is clear. Mars may not be facing a single interstellar visitor, but a potential barrage of metallic weapons forged by processes we don't understand. And if Mars is vulnerable, what about us? Mars in the crosshairs and NASA's dilemma. For months, astronomers treated 3I/ATLAS as just another interstellar curiosity. Its closest approach would skim between the orbits of Mars and Earth, a near miss, but nothing to panic over. That calculation no longer feels safe. The swarm of metallic anomalies has rewritten every model. Instead of one solid body to track, scientists are now staring at hundreds of fast-moving fragments, each capable of carving destruction into the Martian surface. The challenge isn't predicting one orbit anymore, it's predicting hundreds, each shifting unpredictably as the objects multiply. NASA's Deep Space Network is running non-stop, funneling raw data into supercomputers to project trajectories. But the simulations can't keep up. Every new observation shows more anomalies than the last, quadrupling like clockwork. Each recalculation ends with the same grim conclusion. Mars is in the crosshairs. The implications are staggering. Even a single large strike could blast dust high into Mars's thin atmosphere, dimming its skies for years. Multiple strikes could create a planet-wide storm, a choking veil of debris that would smother solar missions and cripple the fragile work of rovers like Perseverance. The dream of colonization, building a second home for humanity, could be set back by decades, maybe more. Behind closed doors, contingency plans are already being whispered. Could a defense system designed for Earth be repurposed for Mars? Could fast, unmanned interceptors nudge the largest anomalies off course before impact? The technology is untested, the timeline's brutal, and no one knows whether fragmentation would stop the threat or multiply it further. For the first time, the idea of planetary defense beyond Earth is being taken seriously. And the uncomfortable truth is dawning on everyone watching. If we can't protect Mars, what chance do we have when something like this sets its sights on us? Origin theories and cosmic implications. The question haunting every researcher is simple. What exactly is 3I/ATLAS? Because if these metallic anomalies are real, they don't behave like anything nature has ever produced. One theory suggests that Atlas isn't a comet at all, but a kind of interstellar seed, a dormant structure that only activates when bathed in a star's heat and radiation. If that's true, the metallic growths we see may not be debris, but the first stages of something blooming on a cosmic scale. Another camp points to electromagnetic fields. What if the comet is generating forces strong enough to sweep up charged particles and metals from space, welding them into geometric bodies? That would make Atlas less a frozen rock and more a stellar forge, assembling structures out of raw cosmic dust. And then there are the whispers no one wants to say out loud. Artificial origin. Could these anomalies be the remnants of alien engineering, or worse, self-replicating machines traveling between star systems? Most scientists dismiss this as pure fantasy, but the uncomfortable truth remains: no conventional explanation fits the data. Even the more cautious researchers admit this may hint at new physics, processes we've never observed and don't yet understand. If matter can organize itself this way under extreme conditions, it could rewrite the very laws we thought governed the universe. Whatever the cause, the implications are staggering. 3I/ATLAS is not just a comet skimming past Mars. It's a messenger from another star system, carrying secrets that could redefine our understanding of life, matter, and cosmic evolution. And if these metallic anomalies keep multiplying, we may not be watching a comet pass by. We may be witnessing the birth of something entirely new. So here we are, an interstellar object racing past Mars, surrounded by metallic anomalies that grow, multiply, and defy the rules of physics. NASA is scrambling, theories are flying, and the truth is more uncertain than ever. Are we looking at a bizarre quirk of nature? Or the first evidence that something or someone out there is shaping matter in ways we can't yet comprehend? And here's the real question. If these structures keep multiplying, what do they become next? Could they simply vanish once ATLAS slips back into the dark? Or are we watching the opening move of something far bigger? Something aimed not just at Mars, but eventually at us. The answers are still hidden in the void, but one thing is certain: this story is just beginning. So I'll leave it to you. What do you think is really happening out there? A freak cosmic anomaly? Or proof that we're not as alone in the universe as we once believed? Drop your thoughts below, because this debate is about to get very, very real.